Hey guys, welcome. If you don't know, my name is Amber. I am an author and a freelance editor. And really quick, before we dive into today's video, I need everyone to go comment about how clean that coffee station looked, because I had to clean it very well and declutter it, because if I had put that up there with how it normally looks, my mother would have killed me. Because then she'd be like, oh my gosh, you're putting my cluttered kitchen on the internet for everyone to see, as though I have millions of subscribers who watch my videos. So just go ahead and comment, wow, the kitchen and the coffee station look so clean. I can be like, oh, thanks, it was my mother. Okay, yeah, thanks. All right. Important stuff out of the way. Now, we are going to work on my urban fantasy book that we are calling the Cemetery Book. I introduced this in the last video, and I don't necessarily know if I'm going to try to do a challenge or something, or if I just want to write and see where we go. The goal for last week, I should have been around 10,300 words. We ended at 7,200. So the goal for this week is just 14,200 to maintain that 7K a week, which is what my writing goal currently is. This is Duke, by the way. I don't know if he's been in the video yet. This is my aunt's dog. But the goal, I would love to hit 17,300, because that would have actually maintained where we would be if we had hit our goal for this past week. So I already made a post about it that said like, oh, I'm gonna try to hit 4,000 words in a day. That did not happen yesterday. There was too much going on. So we are filming in my mom's house, because my house is still like a hazard zone. Not hazard, hazardous to me because we have so many like vent hoses running around, because our central AC has been down since July and we're just using portable ACs and a single window unit. It's a small house, but it's very haphazard and it's very loud. So pair that with the turtle tank that has water dripping constantly, there's just a lot of noise. So we're gonna work. I do have this with me. I don't have a lot of notes on this yet. My mystery series, I'm making like a series Bible on it, and I've already started rewriting it, even though I didn't finish the first one. So this one we're doing a little bit differently. We're kind of doing it the way I used to back in high school versus how I am writing the mystery one, which is based on what I learned in college, just to see if that helps with the creativity. But yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna try to film myself typing. I'm usually really bad at it, so I apologize right now. It's really hard to follow. But coffee is acquired. This is my second cup. Wow, it looks huge. Okay, no, it's big. It's a big cup. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into it.
Let's go. I got big dreams, I'ma do big things. Yeah, you see me on the big screen looking so clean. I don't move slow, I move fast, right past anybody taking life for granted. Yeah, that's too bad. I'd be grateful for everything that I have. You only got this. Okay guys, it is quite a few days after the last talking clip you saw me in. It is now Friday morning, and I am sitting at around 9,000 words. We hit that a few days ago. And so right now I am trying to figure out the trajectory of what genre this is actually going to fall into. So I have been referring to it as urban fantasy because it features supernatural ideas and people in a city setting, which is what I thought urban fantasy was. After doing said research, I have learned that urban fantasy, while it involves characters like vampires and werewolves, for example, which are not characters in my book, in city settings, it is very dark and gritty, which I don't know if this is going to be that dark and gritty yet, versus paranormal, which is events that cannot be explained by science. So like ghosts or magical abilities, but to me that would be witches, and those are characters in my book. And also my book focuses heavily on the idea of death, which would be more paranormal than urban fantasy. And there is now, basically the searches I found, a couple of them said that urban fantasy is now really not a genre that is as popular or as mainstream, or it's just simply not referenced, which is weird to me because I still see a lot of clients calling their stories urban fantasy. And I see, like, if you type in urban fantasy into Amazon, you get quite a lot of search results because a lot of people are still using it. But they're referring to something called contemporary fantasy. So we have
dark academia, which I would have assumed falls under contemporary fantasy, and then you have more like cozy fantasy, but if it's in a normal setting, then it's just contemporary fantasy. I don't know what mine is, because it is more paranormal, but without the romance. I think it's just supernatural, which is not even a genre. So I am so confused on how I need to view this. I'm just viewing it as urban fantasy in my head, because you have fantastical elements in a city setting. Like, that's all I'm going with. And that probably would be enough, but I'm also thinking more for like the Amazon rankings and things like that, just rankings on any site, honestly, and trying to sort out what would be the best one to do. Because we have the supernatural elements of like I said, the idea of death. We do have witches. I don't ever see vampires or werewolves coming into this. This is more of definitely more realistic, because you basically have groups in this story that are actual authentic witches, and some who have twisted it into something it really shouldn't be. And you have a human in the center of it. And it is the human who is having this connection with the idea of death, and how she very clearly sees black and white with life and death. And so to me, that's just urban fantasy. But if you have any experience in the more low fantasy genres, if you will, or based on what I've just said, if you have more of a leaning urban fantasy, paranormal, or contemporary fantasy, which one you think that would fall under. I just feel like if I call it contemporary fantasy, it loses something, and I don't know what, because you would think urban fantasy is the exact same thing. But I think it's because urban fantasy has a little bit more of that darker side to it, and like, I don't think mine has grit, like I said, but it's not cozy. I thought it was going to be. I really did. Like, the first like couple pages I wrote, this is gonna be so cozy and fun. No, it got very uncozy by the end of the first chapter. So I am now, like, I'm not putting a whole lot of like energy into it, I should say, because I'm still writing the story and we need to see where it goes. But it is coming along very well. It is slower than I thought, but it's very steady, which is, the mystery book was not steady in any way, shape, or form. And I had to set like really hard deadlines for me to actually act on it. So as I mentioned in my last video, we are working on 3 different projects. I need to sit down and work on the secret one, because those deadlines are legit, because I have to have this done in time for an Amber Autumn, which is going to kick off in, I think, 2.5 weeks. So I need to actually start getting stuff done for videos so I can focus on the secret project, but also the videos will be about the secret project, so it's kind of stuck in this little hole. There's a word for that. It's okay, it's fine, I'll think of it later. But that is the update. I don't know if there's gonna be anything else more in this video, but I will continue to film myself as I get word count updates, because I feel like that's really pushing me, because I want to be able to film those word count updates. And yeah, just let me know in the comments, seriously, which one of those 3 genres you think this book could fall into. And if you have any recommendations, like based on what like I told you, and you're like, hey, I have a book and they reminded me of this, let me know, because if I have not read it, I want to read it so that I can get a better idea of how to classify it. I think just classify, Amber. That's what we'll go with. Okay. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye.
Let's go. I got big dreams.